came across a pretty inspiring message shared by Rav Pam from a very unlikely source in our Torah portion. So the laws are laws, it's connected to the laws of Temurah. So if you set aside a sacrifice, say, I'm going to bring this to the temple, and then you change your mind, you find something else, another animal, you can't say, I'm going to exchange this animal for that animal. You can't do that. And it's so strict that if you do that, then you have to bring both of them to the temple. You can't just not replace it or whatever, leave it at home. You have to bring both of them. And so the question is, why is that? And what else can we learn from it? So the Rambam says, the reason is that we're afraid that people will be so connected to their property. They'll say, I'm going to bring this cow to the temple. And then they find a cow that's a little bit, not as expensive, and like, oh, I'll just bring that one. I don't want to waste my money. So we say you shouldn't do that. And no matter what, even if you're going to bring a greater one, I'm going to be the best cow ever. Still, we say you can't switch no matter what. And then the fine is you have to bring both of them to the temple at that point. So the Sefer Chinuch asks, why both of them? Like, why is that? Why do they have that punishment? He teaches a principle. He says, when you try to uproot holiness, it only gets stronger. So you tried to undo the holiness of one of the animals. So we're going to say the holiness is going to spread to both animals. When you try to unroot the intrinsic holiness, so now it's going to spread to more and more things. And he says that's a message for us in his days and in our days as well. He says every time that's happened throughout history when it comes to Am Yisrael and our holiness, our intrinsic holiness, our enemies have tried to uproot it. Their response has been, there's been more holiness from the Jewish side. So he brings an example of Passover. The Egyptians tried to diminish and to kill the Jews, to subjugate them, and we ended up proliferating and growing and becoming a nation. He brings another example with Haman. Haman tried to exterminate the Jewish people, and from there we have the holiday of Purim, which is one of the holiest holidays on our calendar, and a lot of people converted to Judaism after that. He says the same thing for his days, and I'll say it's the same thing for our days. In every generation, enemies are coming to remove the Kedushah of Am Yisrael, to remove us from the world. And we could take comfort in knowing not just that they're not going to succeed, but the response, if you try to uproot intrinsic holiness, it's only keep spreading and keep getting stronger. May it come true for us.